Yo, it's Hublo back with another video. So we're gonna be going over a weekly recap video of what we kind of like we're looking at last week. And it's definitely gonna be it definitely was a great week. It's gonna be a great week this week as well. So for the beginning of this, we did for the beginning of the week, we did actually try to get into US30. It was looking pretty good because we did get a break here on a higher time frame. So we saw this break. So I was looking for price to come back up into this whole area here, which it did. Came right into the 50% area. It bounced one, two, three, and then sold off, and then sold off more down in the week, touching it again, and then selling off for the rest of the week, coming down to these lower areas in which we said in our previous video we were gonna collect. So our analysis definitely was correct. We just didn't catch the move, and that's totally fine. Going down to these lower areas down here that we had marked up on the higher time frame. So if you guys look at any of the past videos, you'll definitely see that we marked this up to the T. Also collect liquidity here, so we'll put that down as well. So let's see, boom. So yeah, I definitely did collect liquidity already. Both of these sides that created liquidity as market bounced off this area, so it was a really strong resistance point here, which we were pointing out. That price could either catapult from here or decide to go lower, which it definitely went lower. So if y'all look at the past videos, we definitely were anticipating the possibility of those things. Now let's look into the missed move. So we missed it in the beginning of the week just because it just wasn't ready. A lot of my videos in the past videos, I talked about that. You could be ready to execute, but price might not be ready to execute. In the video that I recently recorded, I did talk about how we did get a buy signal here right before the session began. So I shouldn't even have been, in this for a sell at all, to be honest, because I didn't get the proper signals in order to execute that trade at the time. It was really just mainly impulsive. So, and the fact that it was hitting our 50% area, so I would just had a lot of confidence that it was going that direction at that time. So, in which it definitely was going that direction, but just not in the time that I was clicking the button. So that's totally fine, and that's kind of what trading is, and it's just going to teach you a lot about yourself, and really it's you against you. So what else we looked in for the week, we did have gold for a buy. They did smash TP, so we're going to definitely take a look at that trade real quick. That was also in the beginning of more so like in the beginning of the week that we got that. So we did get this push right here. So just give you guys a little bit of context of what I saw. No, it wasn't this one. It was this one. So we did in our session get these movements. Like I explained in that last video, we did get that push down. Ended up collecting some liquidity here, that it created before the session. Rose up, broke structure here. So we were looking for we're always looking for those breaker structures in the higher time frame, 30-minute above, 15-minute and above, looking for those breaks. And definitely we got a liquidity grab here, got a buy signal right before the session. And I definitely was looking to definitely buy. I didn't buy initially, but I did put a buy stop, and price ended up activating us in. I did have my stop loss below here somewhere. So if we would have got in impulsively, like kind of like what we did on US30, we definitely would have gotten taken out first, and then it would have made our move. We didn't anticipate for it to come into this area, so I did get out around this POI area. And then, it was a really great move. It really, fed us for the week. Could have been done trading for the week after that one. But, we definitely saw some more market movement that we wanted to participate in. So we definitely saw the opportunity to possibly do so. After rejecting off or moving away from this area here, because price doesn't always touch it, I definitely anticipated that we were going to probably get a sale in this area, and we did try to capitalize on that. We got the sell signal. We're anticipating the sell. We rejected off of the the support and resistance area that we marked up for the week. And we did start to get a push down. It was making lower lows on the lower time frame, so we did decide to get in. But it didn't work out that well for us as we did take an L on this as price started to retrace back up. Ended up hitting our SL, so we didn't end up capitalizing on that move um, as much as we wanted to, and we did end up getting stopped out. We did also end up attempting to take a trade on Nas that day as well too, for a sell, and it didn't end up working out. Let's see. So we did end up trying to take a sell on Nas as well. As you can see, it definitely played out in our session, but the next day after, which I really wasn't looking at it after that, after I took this loss here in our session, I didn't end up like looking at it after that. I definitely should have. It definitely sold, came back, and sold again beautifully once again past these areas that we had marked up on a higher time frame, and coming towards this support resistance area that we marked up for the week once again. So we definitely are seeing a lot of movement in price. Kind of like with US30, if we would have held the move throughout the 2 days, which usually I never do, we would have definitely eventually saw that sell off. But it did take us out here, and I didn't really expect price to come above this area because we already kind of like touched these areas. But I guess it just was returning to this 50% once again that we had here for the POI. So it was just returning, just testing levels again, just so it could come back. And we ended up not being able to capitalize on that one. Didn't look at it for the rest of the week, so it's really not much to look at there. We're gonna go back to gold because that's kind of like where we ended off for the week. We did attempt to get into this buy on Thursday. Didn't end up working out the way we wanted it to. Kind of like what I was looking at. I definitely saw that not only price came into this area, rejected off of the 50% area that we had here. We then started on the 15 minute. We actually closed above. So if we go to the 15 real quick, we can see that we got a closure above this structure, which definitely, for me, it felt like I definitely was going to see, buy structure, put my stops below here. We did hold too long, so we held outside of our session. So our session ended here at the red. We did hold. We got another buy signal. I was looking at it at this time. I did put in the chat, hey, uh, we're up, and then literally price just literally like went down. So I put in the chat like, yo, we're up, and then literally this happened. But due to a lot of the news events that ended up happening, more tariff news, and also the news with Russia ended up making gold very volatile. Y'all do y'all research on that, but yeah, definitely it made it very volatile. So I definitely anticipated it to go into a buy. Not blaming news, but news had a big factor on why the markets was just so choppy on Thursday for gold specifically. So yeah, just very choppy. We were getting the breaks that we were wanting to try to confirm our position. We did get a respective structure here. So that's what kind of like made me hold it in between our session, was because once we came here and we didn't get taken out in our session, I was like, okay, like we might see something like what we saw last week, like how it was, out of our session, but we end up going to TP and holding it for the rest of the week and getting some good profits. So I thought, risk it for the biscuit, and it definitely didn't work out. It was a 3-1 that we were trying to go for. Definitely ended up working out. Friday morning, I didn't wake up at the time that I really wanted to, but I still was looking at the markets at an early enough time for us to execute something. I didn't really see anything that was, worthy of us putting ourselves in a market for, but what I did end up doing, what I did end up receiving after in our session was this 30-minute buy, and then I kept getting signals on the 5 minute for some reason. Like when this buy signal was coming in, I kept getting like signals like after I had told the chat like, hey, like we don't got nothing for today. letting them know like, hey, we're not gonna be, trading for on a Friday. Usually I don't trade on Fridays that much anyway, but just the fact that we had you know a losing Thursday, I felt like like I would definitely wanted us to get into something, but didn't end up seeing anything that we were interested in. After putting that in the chat, I definitely started getting like 1,000,001 signals from gold. So I definitely decided to execute. I saw that price came this structure here. We got a break above, so I definitely saw a great opportunity for a buy. I'm currently in a buy position right now. I usually don't hold over the weekend, but I did due to just price action looking like how it was looking. I got my stop somewhere like under here. So if it goes like below here, I definitely I'm looking to possibly get out like below here. And it's a trailing stop, so it'll move with price. I did add my broker to trading views, so it should be a lot more easier for me to trade. I don't have to look at the phone and look at it, and it's easier for content too, so you guys can like see how and when I execute, especially when I go live. So definitely, tap in and get certain things situated with you guys accounts so we can clap the market this week. And definitely just continue to DM me. I see you guys are DMing me, hitting me up personally. If you guys need anything, definitely feel free to hit me up in the chat. And I, if you guys got any questions or anything, or want to ask a question about how I, make certain moves in the market. But yeah, definitely, we're gonna be killing the market this week. Watch out for that market outlook, and also tap into the past videos, man. I got a lot of gems in those videos. You guys are gonna see how market over time played out and how we were able to predict the market either way it went and box in the market to get the moves that we're getting and stay above even with the losses that we're getting. So definitely, stay tuned and tap in. It's Hublot signing out.